If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will complete you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will destroy you. I had found something that I loved. I wasn't good at it, but I wanted to be, and that seemed more important. Stepping through the curtain, I became intoxicated with the most potent, euphoric drug. It was invigorating, energizing, addictive, and I wanted more. I didn't know how anyone could want to do anything else. For the girl who was always so average in every aspect of life, average height, average weight, average anxieties, average grades, average upbringing, I have gotten to do some most unaverage things. I am not your average girl. I am the man.
Well, Becky Lynch was quoting from her book, the current New York Times bestseller, and she alluded to it, guys, the man, not your average girl.
There's absolutely nothing average about the man, Becky Lynch, one of the first women to headline WrestleMania several years back. Tonight, the man gets her wish to open WrestleMania Saturday with the championship on the line and the stakes at their highest. This is where Becky Lynch thrives.
And think about this. She could win her 7th World Championship tonight, and she also has a New York Times bestseller.
Yeah, she's very humble as well. Describing herself as average, she's anything but. In between those ears, there's nothing but championship brains. She was built to be a star. We're lucky she has done everything she's done in WWE, and tonight can add to an already loaded resume of great accomplishments.
Also joining us here at the announce table ringside, our Spanish commentators, Marcelo Rodriguez and Jerry Soto. Hola.
No podía ser WrestleMania más grande de la historia sin la presencia de ustedes en casa, aquí en la arena y en nuestros corazones.
Estamos aquí por y para ustedes, así que desde lo más profundo de nuestro ser, disfruten WrestleMania.
Aquí estamos, mi amigos. Hola, sí, muy bien. Hell yeah. Sí, hell sí.
A lot to talk about when it comes to Becky Lynch. She has been sick all week long. We will get into that in just a moment.
My boots now, let's go! I need sleep, breathe the demons in your dreams. I need sleep, bleed. Live. Look at my eyes, this is you or die, die! Look at my eyes, look alive! All of the devils in me are still now listen to me, can feel chills. I'll take your soul in your sleep. I'm evil. There's no escaping from me.
Rhea Ripley being played to the ring by Scranton, Pennsylvania's own Motionless in White.
Motionless, big-time WWE fans. I met those guys years back. How apropos. They are on the grandest stage of them all. And Mami is home. Look at my eyes. Look alive. Live. Look at my eyes. Do or die. Die. Look at my eyes. Look alive. Live. Look at my eyes. This is do or die. Die. WrestleMania, I need you to make some noise for the Eradicator, the demon in your dreams, your Mami, Rhea Ripley!
Motionless in white.
That's correct. The lead singer, Chris Motionless.
That's his last name?
Yes, one of Rhea Ripley's favorite bands. What a thrill it had to be to have this spectacular WrestleMania entrance.
Chris that was awesome.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's World Championship! Introducing the challenger from Dublin, Ireland, the Man, Becky Lynch! And her opponent, representing the Judgment Day, from Adelaide, South Australia, she is the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley!
Our ring announcer, Samantha Irvin, absolutely killing it as we get set for the 28th time in the history of WrestleMania. A women's championship will be on the line. Rhea Ripley, a year ago at WrestleMania, knocked off Charlotte Flair to win this championship. But Corey, here's the story we've been following. Becky Lynch has been sick all week. She's suffering from strep throat. How does that affect her coming into this match against Ripley tonight?
Becky Lynch admitted to me earlier this week her temperature reached as high as 102 degrees. The man does not know the meaning of the word quit, particularly when the opportunity is as big as it is tonight. That said, your mind that may soldier you forward, but your body doesn't necessarily follow when you're ill.
And Pat, what about the weather conditions? 50 degrees, feels like 45, winds blowing here in Philly.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out whether or not the fever helps her with this particular cold weather. Obviously, you've seen Michael Jordan have his flu game, and sometimes it brings out your best because you're only focused on survival.
And Becky Lynch will not back down from Rhea Ripley. That I can guarantee you. This is just the second one-on-one match between these two women. They met back in 2019 in NXT. And Rhea looking to overpower Becky in the early going.
Momentum can possibly carry over for a full calendar year. Rhea's got to be on top of her game tonight, considering last year, as you mentioned, she defeated the Queen to become Women's World Champion.
An early strategy by Becky, attacking the arm of Rhea, trying to take the power game out of the way. Missile drop kick, down goes the women's champion Ripley.
For those that don't know, Rhea Ripley's been battling through a wrist injury over the last few weeks.
Yeah, we talked about that on the Pat McAfee show on ESPN yesterday. She said that she's been wearing a brace as a precaution, Pat.
To protect herself because she does too much.
And Becky on the apron, kick right to the arm of Rhea. And Becky's been working on since the early going, and I believe it is the left arm that Rhea had the brace on yesterday.
Yeah, Rhea, it's kind of been a target or a bullseye for anybody she's been facing over the last couple of
That's actually a wise decision by Ripley, though, if she can compete at full capacity without the brace on, because a veteran like Becky Lynch will target any sort of perceived weakness.
Talking about veteran, Becky's used to the spotlight, used to WrestleMania, but all of Philadelphia seems to be chanting for their Mami.
Suplex.
And a kick out by Becky Lynch. This is the 8th match in the career of Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley competing for a 5th time in her career as you take another look at the absolute power and precision of the women's champion.
Rhea Ripley has the power. She has everything you could possibly need to be a GOAT of a superstar, but she's a student of the game as well, tactician.
Both of these women, Corey, have won Royal Rumble matches. Rhea Ripley set a then record.
Well, it could be argued that Becky Lynch walked so that Rhea Ripley could run. Becky was one of the first megastars to emerge from the women's evolution several years back. Ripley has taken the entire division to a whole new level.
Becky Lynch has told the world that when people believe in me, I'm good. When they doubt me, I'm great. And a lot of people have doubted her coming into this match tonight.
Powered by Ripley, inside cradle by Lynch.
And is this enough to put her away? And Rhea Ripley now able to power out of it again.
Wow!
Vertical suplex by Rhea.
Nasty landing for Lynch into the cover.
To retain, hook of the leg, and a kick out.
Look of frustration in the early goings of this matchup. I think Mami's mentally got to be prepared for a very long night. Ripley may be the most physically dominant woman in this matchup, but Ripley has endless respect for what Lynch has accomplished in the past. Rhea knows this game. She respects the game. She's changing it.
Becky Lynch, part of the first ever women's main event at WrestleMania, of course, with Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey a number of years ago. And oh, nice drop kick by Rhea, taking out Becky.
You want to talk about main events? How about down there in Australia? Rhea Ripley in her home country. 55,000 plus down there. Main event, who? Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, taking out Nia Jax.
She's built for the moment. Becky Lynch is gritty. You have to wonder about this strep throat, 102-degree fever, though. When's it going to start having an effect? Is it already?
I'm certain it affected Becky's preparation for this matchup. I'm sure the man hasn't been able to train as she'd like, at least for the last week or so.
Corey, don't point out the obvious, please. It's going to be a long night for you if you do that to me.
Rhea now looking to climb up to the top rope. Becky Lynch in trouble. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, gazing out over this. Way to pay homage to Eddie Guerrero.
Oh!
Becky Lynch made her pay with that deep arm drag. And again, working on the already injured left arm of Ripley.
Notice how quickly Rhea clutched at her left elbow. Lynch now with a few valuable moments to recover as we take another look at a nice arm drag off of the top turnbuckle. Gnarly landing for Ripley.
Becky hit those ropes like a spider monkey too as she climbed up there. Showed some real explosion as she reversed this whole thing.
We're sold out tonight at the Link. Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Does Becky want to quicken the pace in this match, Corey?
I think Becky's best bet is to try to steal a quick victory, whether that's to catch Ripley in the disarm her or an inside cradle, something fast, because Mami's going to continue to move forward. She's like a Terminator.
Rhea lifting Becky up. Becky counters yet again.
Wait a
Off the
minute.
second rope. Tornado DDT. Plants Rhea. Center of the ring. Is it enough for Becky to go into a cover? Crawls across the ring. Hook of the leg now on the champion. And a kick out by Ripley at 2.
That's the ring IQ for Becky Lynch. So quickly flipping this thing with a tornado DDT, spiking Rhea right on her dome. Almost ending this here at the Link. New champion, almost. WrestleMania 40 is the prime logo is in the middle of the ring.
Now Lynch looking to rally the WWE Universe here at the Link. Maybe provide a little needed momentum to the man.
Becky Lynch, who won the Elimination Chamber of Perth, Australia back in February to earn this opportunity tonight. Becky using the ropes for leverage, and now with Rhea Ripley in trouble, hanging across the second rope. There's the leg drop by Becky, and she's taken over now. But again, champion's advantage in this match.
Dictates that the title can only change hands by pinfall or submission.
Oh, and the Beck exploder into the barricade right here at ringside.
This is what Becky's going to try to do now, is match the brutality of Ripley. Perhaps that is what the man needs to do. Beat Rhea at her own game.
Becky can do that. Former 6-time world champion. Leg drop to the back of the neck of the champ again. Becky into the cover. Is it enough to win the championship? And a kick out at 2.
I think that was a heat check there for Becky. She looks strong, she looks quick. Doesn't feel like this sickness has really brought her down at all. Becky looks phenomenal against Mami.
Well, there aren't too many ailments that adrenaline can't cure, at least in the short term, as we look again at this leg drop from the ropes, crashing right across the back of the champion's neck.
Becky, a former NXT Women's Champion, Tag Team Champion as well. Mentioned earlier, she won the Royal Rumble back in 2019.
Oh, Becky thinking about the disarmer.
Yeah, and this is wise because that submission hold has taken out many women over the years for Becky Lynch. And with an already injured arm to Rhea Ripley makes her more vulnerable. Oh, look at Rhea just catching Becky. And there's the power, guys.
Hoisting Lynch up onto her shoulders.
Down goes Becky. But Becky,
man.
oh my goodness.
That's it.
Cover
That
to
is
retain.
it.
And a kick out by Becky. Becky tried to get back to her feet quickly and just ran into a boot.
My God, Rhea Ripley uncorked that knee and may have knocked Becky Lynch all the way to the other side of the stage. But the man's now present mentally.
Bang.
Third.
Somehow Becky stayed in the matchup, kicking up out after the knee.
That's why Rhea's been our champion for a year, though. Picks up Becky, dumps her on her face, and then follows up with a knee when others might celebrate the feat of strength that she just displayed. Somehow Becky's able to kick out, but Mami is special.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Pat. It is cold here. My jaw's starting to freeze up already.
Corey, we've talked about this a lot, though. I mean, Rhea Ripley just exudes superstar. I mean, everything about her.
And this could be it. Looking for the riptide.
And Becky Lynch, though, able to counter. Oh, and down goes Rhea. Bad arm again now. Armbar. Becky trying to lock in an armbar here, and Rhea trying to block.
Rhea was able to block it for the moment. Lynch has pried the hands apart. Looking for the full extension of the arm.
And she's able to get Rhea back toward the center of the ring. Rhea nowhere near the ropes now. And is Ripley going to tap out if she does? Becky win the championship. But Rhea now looking to power out of as she does. Becky still trying to hang on. Rhea trying to power again. Second time goes Lynch down.
This is a Rhea Ripley rampage.
And again, sit out power bomb. Is it enough? Cover. Becky at 2. Again, it is chilly in Philly. 52 degrees, it feels like 48. Wind is out of the north at 15 miles per hour. Pat, as a member of the Indianapolis Colts, you played football in the stadium under conditions much like this.
Yeah, the wind beat me up. I shanked about 5 balls, but I had to do nothing near as physical as these two are doing right now in the ring. You have to think that it's a little bit firmer, a little bit stiffer, muscles not as loose. But this is WrestleMania. It don't matter if it's 15 degrees.
Well, that would be a little extreme.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, and a headbutt by Ripley. And Becky, again, that arm really bothering the champion now, but that boot didn't bother Rhea. It surely affected Becky. Cover. Becky at 2, kicks out. And Ripley perhaps getting a bit frustrated, Corey.
I think Rhea Ripley may have expected this one to be over by now, especially knowing that Becky Lynch not at 100%, feeling very ill right now, and Ripley just battering the challenger.
Yeah, Rhea can't believe she hasn't been able to put Lynch away yet in this match. Both women exchanging blows. Headbutt drives Becky back toward the corner. Becky, though, shoulder first goes Rhea. That's the bad arm.
Clever move by Becky.
Lynch looking to capitalize, a disarmer.
But she's only got a 5 count. She could get disqualified if she doesn't break here. And uses almost a full 5 from our official in this matchup, Bennett.
Ripley is down. Lynch seemingly with an opportunity to capitalize.
Becky's in her bag right now.
Top rope leg drop across the chin.
No, it was caught. It was caught.
Rhea looking for the prison trap.
Rhea Ripley's submission move, the prison trap. Tapped out a number of women. Rhea Ripley's got it locked in. Becky's in trouble. Nowhere for the man to go unless she can make it to the bottom rope, but dragged back to the center of the ring by Ripley. Can Becky Lynch somehow hold on? Trying to drag again herself and her opponent toward the bottom rope. Back to the middle of the ring.
This is it. This is the beginning of the end. Ripley has applied the body scissors, the prism trap. All the man can do now is submit.
And Becky trying to hold on, trying desperately to hold on. Trump maybe reverse the pressure somehow.
A boa constrictor wrapped around the man in the middle of the ring.
Becky now trying to roll herself.
Wait. Rhea's
shoulders down now. Rhea's got to kick out and break the hold. Wise move by the veteran.
Brilliant situational awareness by Lynch, forcing Rhea to break the submission hold so that she didn't get pinned. And now looking once again for Riptide.
Rhea looking to put Becky away. Becky able to counter Riptide yet again. Manhandle slam. Center of the ring to win the Women's World Championship. Cover by Lynch. Kick out at 2 by the champion.
Becky Lynch beside herself with very good reason, able to escape the Riptide attempt and then plant Ripley with the manhandle slam. If I had to nitpick, I'd say Becky didn't have enough of her own weight across the powerful shoulders of Rhea Ripley.
And now perhaps Becky Lynch starting to doubt herself. question herself after not being able to put Ripley away with the manhandle slam. And once again, looking for the disarmer, I believe, on the bad arm of Ripley.
Becky thinks she can put this away. Wait a minute.
Looking for a backslide. Rhea, Becky,
reversal
over the top.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Wow, wow, wow! Riptide by the champion. Stacks up Lynch. Is it enough? No, and a kick out at 2.5.
No way! They've both given each other their best shot, and this match is still going.
Mami connecting with the heaviest artillery, the Riptide. Stacked Becky Lynch high on her shoulders, and the man somehow survives.
And Rhea Ripley saying the same thing, Corey. How the hell did she kick out? I should have put her away. There's no way Becky Lynch kicked out of that.
Now's not the time to get lost in the panic of the moment. Rhea Ripley needs to continue soldiering forward, continue to pour on the pressure, making the climb to the top rope.
Ripley up high, and Becky Lynch able to force her to lose her balance.
Becky able to buy herself several valuable moments, but at this point, are we just polishing the brass on the Titanic? Is Lynch done for? Running on autopilot?
Could well be.
The New York Times bestseller isn't going to go down without a fight, though. We're in the deep waters. She's still bringing it to Mami.
Becky Lynch knew she had to get physical with the champion. She's done just that. She's exposed a weakness in Ripley, which is the left arm. And now Becky Lynch with the champion on the top rope with a superplex to Rhea. Floats into the cover. Into the
disarmer!
The armbar locked in, and now Becky turns it into the disarmer. Rolled into the disarmer. Becky Lynch with Rhea in the middle of the ring. Is Rhea going to tap? Is Rhea going to tap out?
Oh, the tables have turned.
Rhea Ripley trying to power out of this.
Mami!
And now Ripley with the power to Becky Lynch.
Oh my goodness!
Tumbling over the top rope. Becky trying to do everything she can.
Electric chair.
Might be it.
That was a long way down on the outside of the ring.
Becky suffering the effects of the electric chair. Rhea Ripley now heading up to the top rope with Becky in trouble. What's the champ gonna do? The Eradicator with the frog splash. Cover on Lynch. Kicked out at 2.
How? How, Cole?
Great question.
Why? She's got 102-degree fever. She's got electric chair on the outside. And then Mami hits a frog splash.
What do you mean, why, Pat? This is WrestleMania. You're gonna have to kill Becky Lynch before she gives up at WrestleMania. This is the showcase of the Immortals for a reason. Legends are made here.
It is the Women's World Championship. It is our first match of WrestleMania weekend. WrestleMania Saturday. Sold out at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Give me a hell lot easier for you. Give up!
Bring it in here, come on.
Rhea screaming at Becky Lynch. Rhea wants to beat Becky,
You got time
middle of
to
the
give
ring.
up, Becky! You got time!
Rhea looking to...
What the hell?
This is gonna take ridiculous power.
Yeah, Becky able to counter, at least momentarily.
Mami got a little overconfident.
Yeah, what? She was going to deadlift her all the way into a superplex there?
If anyone can do it, Rhea Ripley can.
Oh my God, Becky now for the second rope. Becky, Rhea.
Ripley able to get her feet underneath her and just knock Lynch into next week with a right hand.
That would have been nasty. And now Rhea onto the buckle with a riptide. And now in the middle of the ring, Rhea Ripley, riptide to Becky Lynch. Here's the cover. Rhea's year-long reign as champion continues.
Here is your winner, and still the Women's World Champion, Rhea Ripley!
Corey, Rhea's been unstoppable.
Rhea has been unstoppable, and in my opinion and the opinion of many, Rhea will remain unstoppable. Mami's looking downright untouchable at the top of the mountain. First we see this riptide into the turnbuckles, adding a new wrinkle to her game, and then Old Faithful, the riptide, stacks the man into the pretzel, and still.
But Pat, what a performance by Becky Lynch tonight.
Absolutely, certainly with the situation, with the strep throat and 102-degree fever. I don't think anybody on earth has beaten Rhea Ripley, but what Becky did tonight was nothing short of admirable. But once again, our champion's our champion for a reason.
Tonight at WrestleMania, Mami rules the man.